We're talking about the 125th anniversary of Brighton, and I know you've lived here a long time. Can you kind of give us some ideas of your past experiences, that maybe an event that you were involved with or a family event that you really remember about Brighton?
Well, I've been a resident of Brighton since like 1956. I was raised on a farm out just north of Brighton. So we come into the city. Well, of course, it was a small town then. I ended up going to high school, well, the old junior high there on 8th and Bridge, then going to the high school. And I moved away for about 3 years. I got married and went out to Greeley and worked in the dairy. Then I come back to Brighton because I ended up going to work for the railroad in Denver. So we bought our home in 1966 here in Brighton, and still have that home, still live in it. And but anyhow, the experience that I ended up getting a lot of different experiences from different things that have happened. I got laid off in 1965 at the railroad, and I was just laid off for a short while, so I got a part-time job at a Western Auto. That was right downtown Brighton. Of course, at that time you had Gambles, and you had Coast to Coast, and you had Ladies Toggery. You had a bunch of, I guess you would say, family-owned stores, and that was real neat. And now that I see these pictures, and I have a telephone directory, a Brighton telephone book, and it's got Main Street, and you can see the old town, and it sure has changed. You know, you don't have Western Auto anymore. You don't have Coast to Coast, Gambles, and a lot of those stores. But anyhow, I guess things that, you know, we go with the change. So it's kind of, it's been a good experience, you know, what I've experienced from the old times to now. And then I got involved, well, I went back to work, you know, at the railroad. I was only laid off a short time, and I ended up retiring from the railroad. And I've been retired almost 9 years. So I started coming to the Brighton Senior Center. And first time I come, or the first 2 or 3 times, I didn't feel like I belonged here. I was too young to be here. Well, now I fit right in. But anyhow, so it's really been a good experience coming here, and I kind of help out. The Sioux all asked me to do something, and of course I ended up giving tours of this new building, which it's real neat. And I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, other things happen here. I'm looking forward to having that indoor track and the swimming pool. And I come here maybe about once a week on average, sometimes twice. Especially now in the summertime, maybe once a week will be it, because I got so busy. You know, I do volunteer work at the Brighton Care Center. I've been doing their garden there for the last 26 years. So between that and coming over here and doing my own yard work, it keeps me pretty busy.
Well, I also see you at Bonfils donating blood. Every time I'm there, you're there.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in it. I've been donating since 1965, and I'm really a believer in it because my mother passed away in 1965 of cancer, and at that time you had to give 2 units for every unit they used on her. And they used like maybe 5, 6 units of blood, so we had to replace it. So since then, I've been donating, and I'm not real regular. Well, probably maybe twice a year, 3 times a year. But lately, I'd say the last 8, 10 years, I got involved with Bonfils. I try to make at least 4 or 5 of their drives.
Well, that's big here in Brighton, and we appreciate your supporting that too. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.